You also touched on something that a lot of people still don't want to hear, which is preparedness and actual physical preparedness. Now, I hear this a lot. I don't need to prepare. God's going to take care of me. Now, I've heard this many times before, and doesn't God help those who help themselves? Isn't that kind of the concept here? We have all these capabilities. Why don't we use them? But actually, in practical terms, today, what can people do today? What do you think are the essentials right now for those who haven't gotten started?
Well, we are facing engineered global famine, and it will arrive in the United States in the second half of this year, if not sooner. There's going to be a real shortage of dairy products as well. I've covered some of the intel on that. But the thing is, preparedness simply allows your physical body to stay alive so you can pursue your spiritual mission. That's all it's about. So since we're here, we're in this hybrid form of spirit, body, mind, and soul, all three coexisting together. You got to keep the body alive so that you can pursue your mission with your soul and your mind, your spirit. And so you need to have a certain amount of food, you need to have shelter, you need to have self-defense, and so on and so forth. And by the way, preparedness, I do preparedness at a community level. That's my mindset. God has blessed me with a lot of resources, and being that I'm in the food business myself, millions of pounds of food right now in my warehouse in Texas, I see preparedness as an opportunity to help awaken others in their time of need. So as the supply chain collapses and people are starving or people are desperate for emergency medicine, and I have, hundreds of gallons of povidone iodine or isopropyl alcohol or what have you, then every time that I help somebody and hand something to them, here's a bag of food, here's emergency medicine, and guess what? You were meant for something more, something bigger than this. Use this time to discover, to awaken. And would you like to hear more about that? See, so it's almost like, I don't think of myself as a recruiter for God, but I think that kind of happens naturally when you start to help people and you say, hey, would you like to know where all this abundance is coming from? Like, how is it that you are starving because you believed what the government was telling you? You believe government lies. Now you're almost about to die. How would you like to come to my world where we have abundance? And you can start with this bag of food and you can learn more from there, because none of us have to die. We don't need world starvation at all. No one needs to suffer, but you're going to have to change gears and open your mind to a whole new reality. So we can use preparedness to help others as well.
How beautiful. And something that we often say is, when we prepare, really truly prepare, we have not just a peace of mind for ourselves, like you say, we can actually be leaders in a time of greatest need. And I think that is what we're called to do anyways, not to boast our egos, but to be of help and assistance when it's most needed. So I think there couldn't be a more fitting message, Mike, than what you just said. Now, where can people get access and order the food that you have in your warehouses, and how can they get in touch with you?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, healthrangerstore.com is that's the website where we offer our certified organic, lab-tested food, nutrition, supplements, personal care products, everything. And I believe in no artificial fragrance, because I'm very sensitive to fragrance. And you probably, I'd imagine you're this way too, Jean, because when you become a sensitive person, you are hypersensitive to artificial toxins in the air around you or other people's laundry, things like that. So everything that we offer is ultra clean. In fact, the slogan for what we do is, quote, healing the world through clean food. Because that's my philosophy. When people eat a lot of polluted, contaminated food, high in heavy metals, high in trans fatty acids and things like that, their minds become darker and more closed, and they begin to suffer, and they become literally more angry, and they lose access to higher cognitive functions, believe it or not. It's a documented result of eating lead. Your IQ gets lower. So we really can heal the world through clean food, because when your blood is clean and your blood is made from your food, from whatever you're eating and drinking, then the blood that's powering your brain is clean, and then your brain you have more clarity. Think about all the religious leaders practically around the world in every religion. When they wanted to have real clarity and commune with God, what did they do? They went out into nature, they fasted for a while, and they ate a bunch of herbs, and they got away from the polluted food of the cities, even the ancient cities, and that was before pesticides and GMOs and everything. So they knew that you had to purify your diet before you could purify your mind and receive information from God. Isn't that interesting?